Ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome back to BB's Customs. I'm Rich, and today we're going to start looking at cutting the back end off the GS. Okay, so the aim of today is to clear off all of the auxiliaries, the electrical parts on here. We're going to take the rear mudguard out, we are going to take the battery out, remove the brake reservoir. We're going to take this, the latch off the seat. We're going to take that off and keep hold of that because I want to use that when I put the new seat on. And we are going to look at where we are going to cut this. There are a few features on this which I don't want to remove because they'd be a pain to put back on. Things like the mounts for the tank, I don't want to cut them off. And the mount for the battery box, I'm not intending to move the battery anywhere, so I don't want to cut that off. But yes, I've got to take the exhaust off because the hanger is going to be going, so we'll whip that off as well. So the first part of this is just going to be me stripping parts off the bike, not off of me. Okay, so that's all the electrics gone and out the way. These all just tucked down here. I'm not going to take them fully off because there's no point. I'm just getting them out the way so when I cut they don't get showered in sparks and things. What next? We'll take the exhaust off next and then we'll start marking out where we're going to be chopping this thing. Okay, so now I've got the exhaust off, you might have noticed that the bolts which are holding it on, normally you've got a stud with a nut on, so the studs stay in the engine block, or in the cylinder, sorry, and then you've got a nut which goes onto your exhaust clamp, which is the way it should be. What someone has done on this bike before me is, maybe 3 of them snapped and they had to get them drilled out. But they've put stainless steel cap heads in. Now for me this is a big no because I don't like having stainless steel bolts in aluminium blocks. There's a whole science behind it, but basically it can be really bad. So I avoid that at all costs. So these are in there for now because when I come round to putting the exhaust back on, if I haven't got round to it, then I'll use these to just clamp on and see how everything goes. What I will be doing is replacing these with proper studs. We'll graunch them in there so they can't come out, and then just have some nuts like this one This is one I took off the other side, so that's just got a... You probably can't see it very well on there. Let's see if I can just zoom in on that. So this under edge on here has got teeth in it which bite into the metal surface which is screwed up against to stop it coming undone. That is what you need on your exhaust system, because if you round these off when you try and get them out, they're an absolute nightmare to get out, whereas if you round a nut you can just cut it off, or you can tack something onto it and twist it off that way. There's a lot, you have a much easier time getting these off than these. But never mind, it's off. Came off surprisingly easily, so this might not have been done much long before, or much sooner than, what's the right word? Probably wasn't done too earlier than when it was taken off the road. It's still not great English, but we're going to go with it. Okay, we're going to mark out where we're going to cut the frame off. I'm just going to pop the tank back on so we can have a double check as to where it's going to sit. At the moment in my head I'm thinking of cutting here, because, or maybe there. My concern is when I put a hoop on for a new seat, I don't want it to be too close to the back tyre. I'm going to be cutting underneath off just here, just after the bracket which holds the battery box, and then think of a way to kink that up there. Take these off, take those off. This is going to go, we're going to keep this, we're just going to relocate it, so I'll cut that off and then weld that back on somewhere else. But first we'll get the tank on, get the marker pens out, we'll draw some pictures and then start cutting. Okay, so the line of the tank is going to be coming up here, which is where I kind of want the shape of the seat to go. I'm going to carry that on here. That little kink there, we can probably get away with that, and then follow it up to there. So I'm going to cut this right, I'm going to take this bracket off. Oh, it does up if you can see. I'm going to take this all the way up to here. I'm going to cut this bracket off, and then I'm going to just cut straight down there and mate up with this on both sides. And then on the bottom, I think I'm going to go about 100mm up from that weld. So we're going to be 100mm is there. And the same on this side. Like that. Then we're going to use this bevel, sliding bevel, just to make sure that the line I cut is perpendicular with the rest of the bike frame. Okay, let's get cutting. Now that shows the stresses which go into metals when you weld it, because I've cut that and it's immediately dropped maybe 5mm. It bit the blade, the disc, which luckily looks alright. But yeah, that could have been quite nasty. So we'll chop it off on the other side, and then I've just not quite gone through the welds on there yet. So we'll be able to wiggle that off when I chop the other side. Okay, no going back now. Let's have a look at what we've got. Okay, so this is where we are at the moment. If I bring the camera down level, so my current idea is I'm going to use some of the frame I've just cut off, because it's the same size box section, and I'm going to basically bring this up and curve it to weld it onto here. So that's still going to be supporting this up here, and we've got to obviously clean all the crap weld left on there. If I focus you in, there we go. We've got to clean all of this off on both sides. I'm going to take this bracket off because we don't want that. We are going to hoop around here, which is going to be interesting. I'm going to see if I can get a square section hoop, because I think that would be quite cool to put around there. And then hopefully when a seat goes on, I'll just turn you around. Sorry about the rubbish cameraman skills. Right, focus, focus, focus. So hopefully when a seat goes on, so the tank is going to finish about here. The seat is still going to be, I could still do it as a two-person seat. I don't know, I might take this back off to here, bring this all the way back and just make it a single seater, and then have all rack back here to put, because I still want to put those military ammo cans on. I still want to have a jerry can holder and a rack to go on top, because, you know, if you're going to go camping and things with it, it is meant to be a I've survived the apocalypse survival bike. Think kind of Daryl Dixon, yes, you're gonna need places to put stuff. I've also, what was I gonna say? I've also got some engine bars to go on this, which are the same style engine bars I had on my old bike, which was in a crash, so I know that they work. But we're gonna have a little play with them as well. I'll pop the camera down and let me just marry them up to the bike so you can see what they look like now, and just sort of run through my idea of what I want them to look like afterwards. Okay, so this is the style engine bar I've got. They are beat up, they've been abused, but they are straight. They don't have dents in them, they've just got lots of stone chips in. I quite like it, to be honest. It looks like it's been through hell and it's still working, which is the look I want to go for, to be honest. These, the little clamp bit just goes around the frame at the bottom, and then you've got an engine mount there and an engine mount there, which go through this bracket and this bracket, so they would be on there and on there, like that. So this protects the engine down here. What I want to do is carry on up here, loop it round and come back down again, so we've got like side impact protection coming up the front of the engine. Obviously I don't want to take off any accessibility to things, so you're going to want to change the spark plugs and stuff, so I don't want to block all of that off. But yes, I'm going to build this up here. I might even bring it back down to here, although that would make it difficult to put oil in it. Maybe I just come up here a bit and shoulder all of that off, just to give that a bit more of an aggressive look. Something where, you know, if you're running for your life from things which don't really want to treat you very well, then it doesn't really matter if you give them a bit of a love tap as you go by. So yeah, that's the plan for that. I'm excited to see how that works. Work on the bike tonight, that's probably going to be it, because my lovely lady has got my dinner ready. So I'm going to go back in. Let's just zoom out, have a little bit of a chat before I go. Okay, so as I said, that's it for the bike tonight. Next time we'll be cleaning up what's left of the frame at the back. I know you can't see it in the camera, but trust me, it is still there. We'll clean the rest of that up. We'll look at doing the curved brace bars to come up underneath and get them nice. I'm sorry it's been so long since my last video. It's got to be close to a month, but it's just been one of those times. I've had so much stuff going on. I'm doing stuff in the house. I've made planters because we're trying to grow our own veg to teach the kids where that comes from. I'm re-landscaping the garden again. I've just built a massive pagoda which took up a whole weekend, and the washing machine blew up, believe it or not. So that took a day or so to fix that. And yeah, I did fix it. I didn't buy a new one. I did fix the washing machine. But that led to the kitchen being flooded, and now I need to put a new floor in. So it's been a time. So to come out and just hack some bits off the bike has been great. I've also had a day or so where I've just been trying to sort out things in my little workshop to give myself a bit more breathing room. So I purchased this nice little toolbox behind me, which does mean I am on the hunt for stickers and things to go on there. Now, I've done a sticker swap with a chap up in Scotland, Ewan from Shugley Shed. He's also building a GS, actually. I think he's built two. Really worth checking out his channel. He's a top guy. He's trying out new stuff for him all the time. So yeah, I recommend going and have a look at him. He was nice enough to send me some stickers in exchange for some of mine. So I am more than willing to do the same for other people who watch my channel. It'd be great to get to know you a bit more. If you've got links to your channels, then give me a shout, drop us a sticker. If you find me on my Instagram and message me on there, I'll put a link to it in the description of the video. Yeah, get in touch. You send me yours, I'll send you mine, and then we'll slowly start filling up the toolbox with some cool little stickers from you. Other than that, stay safe out there. The horizon is looking brighter, so fingers crossed it won't be long until we can all go back out again. But until then, stay safe, thanks for the support, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.